Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Legible Graffiti 3D Made Easy. Today for the How-To Festival, we're going to make a bookmark, whether we're using a 3x5 card or a quarter sheet of blank paper. So if we take a 3x5 card and we write something on it, we could stick that in a book to mark our place. Or we could use a blank sheet of paper that we've folded into 4 strips like this and then cut them out so that they're this size. In order to do these so that you'll be able to see them, we took a blank sheet of paper. Instead of doing it landscape style, we did it portrait style and folded it in half and then in half again. So we get long strips of paper that we're going to be able to put in a book like this. These are about the same size. So this one right here, table tent, book, bookmark. With Legible Graffiti, you're going to start with the design kind of like this that's flat. There's no way that it's going to stick out, and we're going to transfer it into something like this where you could see it stick out, even though it's still a flat piece of paper, but it looks like there's a lot there. So we're going to do something like that. And I'll show you the steps for Legible Graffiti, which we see over here: copy original drawing, move copy for angle, item 2, which happens in the snap of a finger. Connect corners goes quickly, so does the outer edge, but adding detail and colors, the last steps 5 and 6, those can take a lot of time. Just like copying the original drawing can take a lot of time. So when you look at a lot of letters together like this, it looks complicated. You're going to want to start your designs one letter at a time so that you can play with them. Now I've done some designs here, like I wrote thank you on 3x5 cards that I folded in half. These could go into a book. And when you're working on one letter at a time, you can find that there's no obstructions, there's nothing in the way of the design. So you'd be able to fill it in all at once. But if you do letters together, you're going to come into some obstacles when the letters start to overlap, which can make things complicated. So we'll do something like this. I'll show you how to do one letter at a time, and then we'll do a couple letters. So I've got some examples that I'm going to start playing with. If you have a stencil like this, it's nice and flat. You can make your designs really quickly after you copy them letter by letter. Or you can also do it like this, which is really simple writing. It'll still work. I'll show you. So here we go. We're gonna put something on the screen. With your supplies, you definitely need paper. I use a lot of it, a lot of blank paper. You can get Xerox paper and it works just fine. Then you're gonna want markers or crayons or colored pencils, something that's gonna add some color to your design. And of course, you're gonna need a light board or a window so that you can see your design through other sheets of paper. So looking at this, we're going to play around with some designs. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, first things first. There's several different stages to legible graffiti. I mean, these are the steps right here of what legible graffiti is, but there's various stages of complexity. Beginning legible graffiti focuses on just one letter at a time. So if we're going to go through these steps, one letter at a time looks like this. This would be something basically flat, one letter at a time. Once you have it copied, then you need to move your angle or move your copy so that you can get an angle. And you'll notice that with these designs, if you look at a circle or like a protractor, that's going to give you all these 360 different angles, you would just pick one from your design. Let's say we pick a 40-degree angle. Be like that. You'll find that all your lines will connect up. So once you've moved your design, the next thing is to connect the corners, which I'm doing right now. And I did a little bit of step 4 too, adding the outer edge. But this way, we can see it as we go. So we copied our design, we moved it for an angle like that, then we started connecting our corners. Now step 4, we follow the outer edge, basically what's left over of the design. And now, first 4 steps of legible graffiti, and it's done. Our letter is blocked. Now we can go into steps 5 and step 6 of adding the detail to it. One detail you might add is a cast shadow. Like that. Then when you line it back up onto your design, it projects. You might add more details, more lines to give it some kind of depth. Just like that. Now let's say you don't want to do block letters for your bookmark. Let's say you just want to do something like this with flat letters. Really thin ones. What you would do is you would still line it up like you would normally do with a block letter and just connect your lines. I'm going to do just one letter at a time though. So we'll bring this H over here. Hold on a second, this thing's starting to stick a little bit. There we go. So if we did our lines separately, or our words separately, one at a time, pick any angle you want. Say we want to come down from the top, maybe something like that. Just add a little bit of detail to it. It's nice and blocked in. Or if we're just doing keep bumping my light, sorry about that. We do something like this. The idea of legible graffiti is that you're making a twin of your original design and using that original design as your stencil. And the light source helps give you an idea of where you could project it. Like we could do, let's do a couple other H's because we're going to do this really fast. I'll just copy just a couple of more of them so that you can see different angles because our time is starting to really disappear. blocking them in, whether it's a stick figure letter, a block letter, bubble letter. They all do the same thing. And all of them can be created this way. Or you might decide, instead of blocking it in, you're just gonna use a different color and go darker. You can do that too. And you'll see that the darker letter looks like it's in front. Like that. Okay, line it up. Let's find a different angle. We did that one, that one. Let's do that one. I would definitely recommend when you're doing legible graffiti, if you don't have any art experience, start with one letter at a time, because it can get complicated and it can get confusing. Just practice one letter at a time. Then as you build up your experience with practicing over and over and over until you get good at it, you will get good at it. I can guarantee that. If you practice this, you will get good at it. Then you could do name designs for your friends, family members, pets, book titles, just about anything. And when it comes down to it, put them on your bookmark and have fun with it. So let's look at one last design. Just to show you how quickly you can do this. You're going to want to have a lot of practice so you can have fun with it.